Hey, what is going on, guys? Honest Abe checking in with an NHL preview. Hope you guys are enjoying the playoffs so far. So let's just get right down to it. Winnipeg ends up winning last night, so do the Penguins and the Golden Knights are all on top in their series 1-0. Now, I tell you what, the Penguins looked good, and the two-time defending Stanley Cup championship team looks good. And as I told you guys yesterday, I'm not a big Pittsburgh fan, but they look good. Sidney Crosby had a hat trick, and I can tell you, I didn't watch much of the game because by the time I got into it, it was 5-0 into watching hockey, and I think they ended up winning like 7-0. But the Golden Knights, they came out victorious with a 1-0 victory, their first NHL playoff game, their first NHL playoff goal, their first NHL playoff victory. So congratulations to the Golden Knights. And I don't know if you guys got to catch their opening ceremony type thing for the game last night, but you know what? It looked pretty cool, and they kind of did a little like medieval times type esque of defeating the other teams in the Western Conference and everything. So I thought it was pretty cool. It was definitely very Vegas, very very showboaty, but that's what Vegas is all about. And I tell you what, that town and even the country have jumped on board with the Golden Knights this season. Their first game was like 8 days after the Las Vegas shooting and everything. And I tell you what a great thing for that town, and how well the Golden Knights have been doing, especially after such a tragedy. But they've really jumped on board, and people have really embraced the Golden Knights, which is really cool since they're an expansion team, and they did a great job this season. So and the Jets, of course, they win last night as well. I think it was a good victory. But tonight's games, you got the Devils and the Lightning at 7 here in about 30 minutes, as well as the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. Now, I believe I said the Lightning. Hey, I picked the Lightning in this series, and I think they are going to come out victorious. But I want to talk about the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. Man, my dad's Boston Bruins, they look good this season, and I'm actually picking them to win the Eastern Conference and play the Nashville Predators in the Stanley Cup. And I got, of course, the Predators coming out victorious. The Predators are actually like 92 right now in Vegas odds of winning the Stanley Cup. And it's only like, and of course, Nashville, they won the President's Trophy, which is the best record in the NHL this year. And over the past several seasons, like the Capitals, I think have won it like the past 2 seasons. But only like 25% of the teams that win the Presidential Trophy for the best record in the NHL actually come out on top for the Stanley Cup. Interesting tidbit, but it is a game of series, and if you want to win, you got to play, and you got to win the series. And the Capitals the past couple seasons, they just didn't have the goaltending and stuff like that. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit here in a minute, of why I think the Predators are gonna come out victorious this season. But the Bruins look strong, and they got a good team. I got them definitely beating the Maple Leafs. And then, of course, the Blue Jackets and the Capitals play at 7:30 tonight. But let's get to our Nashville Predators and talk about their game against Avalanche tonight at 9:30. I tell you what, guys, this Predators team is incredible. Pekka Rinne is one of the best goaltenders in the NHL right now. I think he's going to come out as your series MVP pretty much every series, even into the Stanley Cup championship series against the Boston Bruins. I got Pekka Rinne playing dominant. Of course, and I want to talk about why I think the Predators are going to come out on top this season. Man, their goaltending, Pekka Rinne, top notch. I think he's been doing an incredible job. He battled some injuries this season and stuff, but he's come back strong. And you know what? I like the way he's playing. And man, that Predators defense is stifling. I mean, to say, I mean, you can't do a whole lot. And man, they hurt my Sharks a couple times this season. And the Sharks are a great offensive team. And their defense just shuts you down. And it's not just the first line with Subban and stuff like that, but all three of their defensive lines, they play incredible. And there's not much drop off between each line. And I think their offense picked up this season as well, and that helps. And I think that's why you're going to see the Predators, and a lot of people have picked the Predators to win, and Vegas has them winning right now. They're the favorites to win, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game tonight. I am going to be switching back and forth once the Sharks game starts, but I am going to be watching at least the first period of the Predators for sure. Man, I can't wait. They are going to ride the Avalanche all the way down to the Stanley Cup Finals. You can bet on that. You heard that here on the Honest Abe channel. They're going to cruise through Colorado like they're fresh laid snow. And you know what? They're going to win this in 5 games easy. And I honestly, the Predators, they swept the Avalanche all 4 games this season, and I think they're going to do. I think Colorado will get 1 win probably in Colorado here, either in Game 3 or Game 4. But yeah, I think the Predators are going to cruise through this series, and they're going to ride this all the way to the Western Conference Championship, where they're going to play my San Jose Sharks. And so let's get to that game at 10:30 p.m. tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. I was looking into this game, just kind of some of the stats and stuff, and who's picking who. And actually, it's pretty even, but a lot of people have the Sharks as an underdog, which I find interesting. But a lot of people like ESPN and all these sports analysts, NHL analysts, the advantage gives to the Sharks. And I think, the Sharks have a great defense. Anaheim's, they're fast and stuff like that. But, the Sharks, they took advantage of the series this season. They went 3-0-1, so they lost 1 game in overtime against the Ducks. And so they pretty much swept the series except for that 1 overtime loss, which, you still get a point for it, even if it's a loss in overtime. So, you know what? I got the Sharks winning this series, and I don't know why a lot of people that they consider the Sharks the underdogs in this series. The Sharks have great defense. Man, can they score? Brett Burns is amazing. That beard, oh my, you just can't stop that guy. And you know what? They're going to be strong. I think the Sharks are going to come out strong tonight. I really hope so. And they'll take a 1-0 lead in Anaheim, which would be great, especially going back to San Jose. But I think the Sharks will win this series in 5 or 6 games, and they'll advance as well. And hopefully, I'm picking them to go to the Western Conference Championship against the Predators, where they will lose, because the Predators were pretty dominant against the Sharks this season. We'll get more into that as the playoffs unfold. But I got my towel. I'm going to be rooting on the Predators tonight. I got my Shark stuff on. I am ready for day 2 of the NHL playoffs. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. We're going to be bringing you guys some updates tomorrow about what happened in the games tonight. Taking a look at games 2s coming on Saturday, on Friday and Saturday, and just looking forward to the Stanley Cup playoffs, man. Best time of the year if you're a hockey fan. Best time of the year, period. I said this last night. NHL, greatest game on earth, period. Fastest game on earth. Most violent game. It's amazing watching these guys play. I tell you what, I love hockey. Mel loves hockey more than football, which I'm okay with. But definitely looking forward to watching some hockey tonight. But yeah, this is Honest Abe signing off. All you NHL fans, watch those games tonight. Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you.